Hey there, fellow rail fans. Welcome back to another Live Trains Rail Recap. Let's jump into the video. We begin the video in Houston, Texas, where a not often seen locomotive design was spotted. They call these unique locomotives TRICLOPS, but why? The story of the TRICLOPS begins in the late 1980s, during a time of innovation and advancement in the railroad industry. It was then that Electromotive Division, a subsidiary of General Motors, introduced the EMD SD60M locomotive. The SD60M was a formidable six-axle diesel-electric locomotive built to tackle the demands of heavy freight hauling across vast distances. Its production marked a significant milestone in locomotive engineering. What set the SD60M apart, however, was its distinctive cab design, featuring not two, not four, but three windows arranged in a triangular pattern on the front of the cab. This design earned the locomotive the nickname TriClops. The TriClops design was a departure from the traditional locomotive cabs of the time, which featured either two or four cab window designs. Its three-window configuration provided locomotive engineers with improved visibility and a unique aesthetic. Over the course of production, several railroads across North America acquired a total of 240 TriClops style SD60M locomotives. Among them were Union Pacific, Burlington Northern, and Soo Line railroads. Other locomotive models that featured this same cab design were the SD40-2 FNF 59PH models. Despite their once ubiquitous presence on the rails, TriClops-style SD60M locomotives are becoming increasingly rare sights today, as there were only produced from 1998 to 1991, and many of them have been retired or relegated to deadlines. Post-1991 SD60M models featured a two-piece window cab design, like what modern-day SD70M or SD70 Max use. Moving along to Sampson Street in Houston, Texas, we caught an interesting lash-up featuring a little bit of everything, including a Ferromex SD70 Ace number 4053 in the new Ferromex paint scheme. What are your thoughts on the new Ferromex scheme? I personally love it. Over to Blue Island, Illinois. At 3:32 a.m., we caught a Union Pacific GE locomotive shooting flames out of its stack. We made a video previously explaining how and why this happens. Link is in the description. If you enjoy our content and wish to support our channel, hit that join button below. Now back to the video. Now, moving on to St. Louis, Missouri, a unique EMD SD 70M design was caught leading an intermodal train. Union Pacific number 5136 was built in 2004 and features the Phase 2 cab design. Only Union Pacific and Norfolk Southern received Phase 2 cab SD70M locomotives. At Bear Junction in Houston, a rare Union Pacific standard cab SD60 was caught leading a train. UP 2187 was built in 1986 as number 6030. Most of Union Pacific's standard cab SD60s are long gone from the roster and are most commonly found on Union Pacific's system in areas where there is a need for large transfer trains. Jumping over to St. Louis, an Amtrak Midwest Corridor train departs Union Station. But have you noticed something off about this train? It doesn't have its usual Siemens Charger locomotive on it. This train instead has an P42 DC leading, which is quite unusual for any Midwest Corridor train. And that wraps up today's recap. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button and share it with your fellow rail enthusiasts. Thanks for joining us on Live Trains. Until next time, cheers.